Alright, look, listen, I know you saw the title of the video. I know what you saw was absolutely outrageous, but I stand by what I said in the title and I stand by what I'm gonna say now. My Hero Academia is not a new gen. Now, before you go to the comment section, tell me how I'm wrong, how I'm a stupid idiot, hear me out, okay? Alright, look, I know when people say new gen, they're talking about like the current generation of like animes and mangas or anything that's going on right now. Like how the PS5 and Xbox whatever is the new gen consoles. Or like how the new animes and mangas are considered new gen. But let's be real for a second. Let's actually sit down and think about this. Where is the cutoff for new gen?
I don't know!
Because let's be real. My Hero Academia is not new. If we're going by the literal term of new gen, it has to be something new. My Hero Academia is not new. My Hero was released all the way back in 2014. That was almost 9 years ago. That's almost an entire decade since My Hero's been out. Now, I want you to ask yourself, is anything that is 9 years old, anything that is nearly 10 years old considered new anymore? Like an NBA player, if he's in his 10th year of the NBA, is he considered a new player? Mario Kart 8 released in 2014. Is that considered a new game anymore? Alien Isolation released all the way back in 2014. Is that considered a new game? The movie Interstellar came out in 2014. Is that considered a new movie? The answer you should have came up with is no. None of those things are considered new. None of those are considered a part of the new gen movies or games or generation of NFL NBA players. So why is My Hero considered a new gen still? My Hero Academia is not a new gen, and I'm tired of people saying that it is. Maybe like 5 years ago, you could have said My Hero was a part of the new generation, but now we're about 10 years into its lifespan and people are still calling it a part of the new generation. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but the new generation is gone. The Black Clover, My Hero, they're no longer the new generation. They are the current generation. They are the mainstays. They are not new. They are established. I know a lot of people aren't gonna agree with this take, but I think a generation of animes and mangas should be every 5 years, because once you get past 5 years old, you're no longer new. You're established. You're a part of the current generation. And look, I already know that this whole new gen is all made by fans. We as the fans dictate what the new gen and the big three are, okay? It was made up by us. But I think fans, we need to realize that after about 5 years, we need to move on to a new generation, because having My Hero be called a new gen along with a manga that was released like last month is not fair. They're not equally as new. They're not equally in the same generation. And I was doing research while recording this video, and look, even on Wikipedia, they support my idea of having every like 5 or 4 generations be split off. And I'm just trying to understand why we can't do the same. Why can't we current manga and anime enjoyers do the same? Because listen, hear me out. If we're considering My Hero a new gen, then it's equally as new as Sakamoto Days, as Witch Watch, as Blue Box. Even though those mangas don't even have like 100 chapters, or I don't know. Those mangas are fairly new. They're really new. The latest of them, Sakamoto Days, was released in 2020. Now, is it really fair to call Sakamoto Days, a manga that was released in 2020, new as the same as a manga that was released back in 2014? Now listen, whenever people go online saying, oh, what's the best new gen out, and they say My Hero, are they wrong?
No.
If we're still considering My Hero a new gen, are they wrong? Because you can't really say Sakamoto Days or Blue Box is better than My Hero, because My Hero has had nearly 10 years of storytelling, hundreds of more chapters to tell a story better than Sakamoto Days, than Blue Box. And I don't even care. Don't even try to bring any bias into this. It doesn't matter if you hate My Hero or if you love Sakamoto Days. You can't sit here and lie and say that My Hero, with its 10 years of storytelling, is worse than Witch Watch, is worse than Sakamoto Days, is worse than Blue Box. You can't say that My Hero is worse than that. It doesn't matter if you think that Sakamoto Days or Blue Box is better right now. Overall, My Hero has better storytelling, better characters, just better everything. And you want to know why? Because it's had years and years to tell and flesh out its story. It's simply illogical and unfair to these new generations of mangas to be put in the same category as My Hero Black Clover. So what I propose is that from now on, when we consider new generation, anything from 2020 up until 2004 is new gen. Anything behind those, anything after or before 2020 is the old gen. They are the current gen, which will then in turn mean that My Hero is not a new gen.